Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stoneman, and today I'm going to be talking about two major things. Conversation seeding, which is actually a strong manifestation method, and who you should be doing things for. And this will just go into a couple different topics, but at least I can cover it in one video. Number one, I'm going to start this video off by teaching some really cool techniques. Conversation seeding. You really have to ask yourself, who are you talking to? What are you talking to them about? Like, who are you communicating to? Your goals, your visions, your dreams. I'm going to say this nicely. Sometimes you just have to shut up. And people don't like when I say that, but sometimes you just have to shut up. And people like, oh, that's not something God want me to do. Yeah, he gets annoyed sometimes, so that's why certain things will happen. So, most people can't get ahead because they don't shut up. And people, you saying shut up? Yes, to like literally shut up. The word shut up has power in the spiritual realm. If you ever tell a demon to shut up, they shut up. So, if your angels ever tell you to shut up, then you shut up too. But if you're gonna keep saying shut up, then if that offends you, this is not the video for you. This is a video for people who want to get ahead in life. So, the first thing you have to ask yourself, most of you are in a position in life because you talk too much. And I'm not saying that to be mean. People just, and some people are like, oh great, that's me. Like you, for example, you'll be talking to a family member, you'll talk to a friend, you'll talk to someone who you see in public, and you're like, oh, what are you doing in life? And you're like, well, and you're so happy, and you're like, well, I'm becoming a hair care specialist, and I just got into the top place in all the world. And they're like, wow. Oh, they always say wow for some reason. They always say wow. And you're getting evil-eyed, it's always wow. That's the magic evil eye word. I should make a video about that. When someone evil eyes you, it's usually after when they say wow. Because they don't know what to say. They're not feeling it for you. They don't really care for that. I mean, it's not everyone. It's about 80 to 90% of the time. So you'll feel the wow if it's actually, because a wow has actual energy in it. So you'll be like, you'll hear them say wow, and it's like they didn't feel that at all. So you gotta start like not lying to people, but start going interdimensional, start manifesting it, get a little bit delusional. So if you know you're gonna see these people in public and you know for a fact they might not be doing well, or they don't care to see other people doing well, if they ask you how you're doing, they don't really want to know, or they don't want to know that you're doing better. Sometimes they want to know that you're doing, like, you're not okay. Like, yeah, it's okay to feel not okay. Get that out of here. Get that out of here. I rebuke that. Rebuke. But you gotta start rebuking certain energies. If you don't want that to be a lifestyle, stop speaking it. Like, it's not relatable. No one wants to hear it. I mean, it sounds like I'm being mean, but for that, I mean, I remember when I was younger, I was in the high school, beginning of college. I remember people like, I used to talk to people all the time. I'd be like, oh, how's your day going? Whatever. It's good. I just made a major accomplishment. And like, oh, wow. It's like, the oh, wow again. It's always, oh, wow. It's always, oh, wow. It's just like, that's how they're actually thinking in their head. They're like, they feel sick. They can feel it in their solar plexus chakra. That's why when people get good news and you tell someone else about it, like they feel they go like this over their heart. They go like this because it feels like they just got stabbed in the heart because you got good news and they're evil eye in it. So that pain goes into their eyes and they send it at you and you don't even know it. So biggest thing is conversation seeding, because this is what this main video is going to be about. Conversation seeding. What are you teaching? Oh, sorry. I'm talking to my angel. I'm glad I have the the pause button on here now, but I'm just repeating what my angel says to you. Okay, fine. So basically, when it comes to talking to people, you have to switch it up. You have to find a line between delusion, being grounded. Most importantly, you're doing this through the Lord. So I have to tell you guys right now, there's at least one micro version of you being a multi-millionaire. All of you, like super multi-millionaire, to the point where you're just like doing very well, and you're just like, but you guys, you mute that version of yourself. You keep that a very, very low profile reality because you're existing with the present. So when you're in the present, then you gotta switch it up to the future. You gotta find something to switch it up to the future. So think about it. Who did you talk to today? If you ever hear me talk to people or talk to anyone, how are you doing? I'm spectacular. I am wonderful, and it manifests. It literally manifests. I'm happy all the time because I'm always saying I'm happy all the time. So I'll find someone who just, not someone who's having a bad day. Like if someone's having a bad day, it's the best time to say if they're an actual good person, they're having a bad day, say I'm spectacular, I'm amazing, and they'll just kind of like you see their eyes open up a little, like, oh, you're amazing. So even if that person's truly good, you're gonna bring them up too. If the person's not good, they're gonna get angry, and you don't want to be around that person anyway. Like, why would you want to be around that person? I don't know why people do that. He pulled up right next to me and started revving his bike. I don't even know if you guys can hear that, but I'm glad I have the pause feature. Oh, it's so random. This area is a little bit random. You know how they say Florida's like a GTA lobby? It's exactly like a GTA lobby. So, okay, so basically, when it comes to conversation seeding, find out what you said. What did you say to people? What did you say to people today? Like, you gotta just tell me what you say. I didn't talk to anyone. I talked to someone online. I talked to someone over the phone. I talked to someone on Instagram. What did you tell people? What did you talk about people? If your answer is nothing, that's a good start. But you can also improve it if you're not talking to people about anything. So the first thing you do is, because you're always gonna be around some negative people sometimes. Like, it's just life. It's just life. So it's just life. Think about it like this. When you talk to someone really negative next time, if they're a good person and you can bring them up, say, I'm doing spectacular, I'm doing amazing. If they're a bad person and they say, oh, I remember I said to someone, I'm doing amazing. Like, you're doing amazing, huh? I'm like, yeah, amazing, fantastic, spectacular. That person looked like they're gonna throw up. They got sick. They started like looking nauseous. But okay, there's some screaming drunk people walking past my car. I might have to hit the pause button, but that's the thing. So find people to communicate this with, and okay, excellent. I heard one of them scream, I'm Irish. I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna pause it. Which usually in Florida, when people do that, they start like showing their colors. Which showing their colors is which I'm actually part of my background is Irish. So when people are proud and Irish, you're gonna start, which they started yelling and screaming. So back to my point. That's the whole thing. Is you gotta start conversation seeding, which I'm gonna teach you in a second. So you're like, what do you have against Irish people? Nothing. So get over it. Okay, so this is part. I'm not mean, guys. I'm not mean. People are just too sensitive these days. It's like, I'm offended. Go be offended by yourself. God doesn't what's it called? Have too much sympathy for people who are getting offended at everything. He's gonna actually put more people in your life so you actually become stronger. But back to my point. And my YouTube videos are for people who are very tough. Okay, people who are very tough. Now, conversation seeding. Now, I'd like you to document everything in your day. Like, okay, who you talk to, what's going on, like just even random strangers, because you guys don't remember certain conversations. So if you're not feeling good, if you're not feeling the best, I'm not gonna say start lying, start manifesting. Because if you're feeling sad and someone asks you how you're doing, say amazing. Get your dictionary out and say fantastic, wonderful, spectacular, phenomenal. It's gonna manifest. The person will feel it in if they're a good person, they're gonna actually feel it like, oh, I'm glad you're wonderful. They're gonna cheer up, and it's gonna go straight to you. You're gonna empath their good feelings. So when you say I'm sad, get that out of here. I'm not being mean, but if you're actually continuing to manifest that, and people are like, oh, it's okay to be sad. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. God does not have sympathy for people who are in self-pity mode. So that's the thing. People are like, well, God's gonna lift me up. Yeah, get yourself out of self-pity mode. So, and I've been helping a lot of people, and I'm actually a very gentle teacher, but I will be like, wake up. Hey, and because some people have never had that. Some people have never had that in their entire lifetimes. So that's the thing. When it's someone who keeps complaining, you either distance yourself from them or you correct them. And then you'll actually see things get a lot better. Like a lot better. So that's a thing. And now when you talk to these people, start manifesting little tiny things. I've taught this method a long time ago. So, when you're around negative people, it actually works even better. So, for example, what's a good example? I'm going to use, I remember, here's an example. I told someone, when I ordered some white shirts, because I order white shirts from a special company, and it's just white shirts, no brand, which I like. So I talked to the person, like, I got some extra white shirts when I ordered them, like, and the person, because I just didn't want to talk to them about anything, and I was just like, I don't want to talk to this person. I'm just gonna, I'm in a conversation seat. I'm in a full-fledged conversation seat. Because when I don't want to talk to someone, I make it very known, but not very in a mean way. Which you guys should too, because that's your boundary. So I'm like, what happened in your day today? I bought some shirts, and they gave me extra shirts. It's something small. So I went home, I opened my package, and they gave me 4 extra shirts. I ordered 2. So I'm like, and then they're like, oh, we changed our policy. Like, we're putting more shirts in packaging now. I'm like, oh, so I just get more shirts now. So, and that's a thing. Just conversation seed. So, for example, I remember saying to someone, like, I just didn't want to talk to them at all. I'm like, oh, well, and I actually find $100 bills on the ground very often, just very lucky. So I'll tell people sometimes, even though it does happen frequently, which if I go out in public enough, it's frequent. So it'll happen to you guys too. But try this: if you haven't seen a $100 bill on the ground in a long time, the next time you talk to someone, say, oh, I found a $100 bill on the ground. If they're a negative person, like, so that person, and you can literally, when you walk away, you can say, in Jesus' name, I transmute that energy into something that benefits me, and you'll probably just use multiple hundreds. So use that to your advantage. It might not come in the form of a $100 bill, but you might see it in, like, oh, you just get a check for like an extra $500 for just being you. Like, I don't know, like, your university is sending you guys stuff back all the time. You can see $3,000 come out of nowhere because your university had some kind of policy change, or like some kind of, or like maybe, like, for example, and you guys never know. You really don't know. So people are like, oh, people who think $60,000 is a lot. It's not a lot. You can have $60,000 in your account overnight. If you actually expand, you'll be like, well, I don't know where it's coming from. Well, I can't see where it's coming from. You can have millions and billions of dollars overnight just from some little tiny thing happening. So, like, well, I can't think of it. Example, that's not how God works. Don't lead by sight. So, for example, like, well, I got an extra $60,000 in my account out of nowhere. And then when you tell that to a person, they're going to evil eye it. You transmute the energy, and it's conversation seeding, because that person needs to learn to be happy for someone else. So if it's a person who's really nice, I wouldn't do this as much. If they're mean, then let their energy basically feed your future versus stop your future. Because you tell these people, oh, I had a great day, and they're like, ugh. And versus, oh, and then they're just going to evil eye you anyway. So focus on some negative people. So, and that's the thing. I've seen people who basically, like, it's some of the weirdest stories. So if you don't think you can manifest $150,000 overnight, you'd be very surprised. You go to the store, you open a box, and the box has some kind of needle in it, which that's a horrible story. So you're like, and then you take a picture of it, and then somehow you get like some kind of like funding from like a company who puts red 40 in their foods or whatever, and like, I don't know, maybe you open the can and there's like a cockroach on the side of the can, and that's kind of horrible. But you're like, oh, $150,000 in your pocket right then. Like, and yeah, you're gonna win because they do just. It depends on the company. Like, look at Apple right now. Some people are gonna be getting payouts. Yeah, so you can basically have, look how much Apple pays out. And I'm not saying this to be scandalous, but if someone's doing bad, the energy of something bad is going to go to you as good. So if companies are trying to like really hurt people, and you're manifesting good for yourself to someone who just tried to hurt you, 2 wrongs don't make a right. So basically you have it's a whole chemistry equation. So you have 2 bottoms. Basically it's a triangle. So a wrong, and a universal law, which makes you at the top. So it's a triangle. You can see the triangle in your third eye. So it's a triangle. 2 wrong, and then you're at the top. You're transmuting both energies of 2 wrong, making a triangle. So basically, you're kind of like, you turn the triangle upside down. You're funneling abundance towards you by transmuting it. So that's the thing. So Let me teach you. Has nothing to do with affirmation seeding, but this is literally affirmation seeding, or it's affirmation seeding or conversation seeding. You're like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in a conversation. Then you live your life exactly how you want to live it, and don't ask why isn't abundance coming near? Why aren't you seeing new changes? You don't have to do this method. And yeah, I'm very strict with this method because like, people are like, well, I don't want to try because I don't want to be unethical. Have you evil-eyed then your conversation? Then don't keep your mouth closed and learn the hard way. This is for people who want to get ahead, and this is a very strict method. So, through the Lord, this will be very prosperous for a lot of people. Okay, so affirmation seeding is key. I do have to end this video because it's getting long. I could do more about this video in the future. I have more secrets to share. There's several things you can do. Oh, there we go. One of my angels just reminded me. So, oh, this is awesome. So, okay, so basically there's people driving crazy, and like the people are like swerving on the other side of the road down there. So when someone aggravates you in traffic and makes you really upset and frustrated, take that energy and say, I am rich and I am wealthy. And then feel that energy being transmuted. Or money comes to me too easily. Like, just say some kind of affirmation, and your hand will get itchy because you took the energy of rage from someone hurting you or trying to wrong you, and now it's abundant. So become a transmuter. In nature, plants are natural transmuters. They take things that are about to kill us, carbon dioxide, and they turn it to oxygen, things that are beneficial for us. So become the same way with the universal laws that God has given us. To the Most High God, make sure you're asking Him for help when you do these exercises. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Go to FloridaStoneman.com if you haven't already and get a custom gemstone necklace. That's the fastest way you're going to be able to see any life change through the Lord, is by wearing a custom gemstone necklace that keeps all negative energy away and attracts all positive energy. You'll be a different person from wearing the necklace. Ask your comments in that comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. God bless all of you. Ciao.